Welcome to the first video in the series from Unit 3, the skeletal system. We're going to be looking at the skeletal system's functions. The skeletal system has 5 functions: support, protection, movement, storage, and blood cell formation. And we'll look at each one of them individually. Support: the bone provides that rigid framework that supports our soft organs and our body. It keeps us upright, helping us to go against gravity trying to pull us down. Protection: the skeleton provides the soft body parts with protection, such as our brain protected by our cranium, our spinal cord protected by our vertebrae, and our heart and lungs protected by our rib cage. Those are very important organs for us to function in everyday life. Movement: the bone and muscles interact together as levers. The levers have 4 components: the rigid part, the bones; the pivot or fulcrum, the joints; the object or weight that is being moved, here we have a weight, or it could be our body; and also the force that supplies the energy, which is that muscle. Storage: we have a large amount of calcium salts that are stored within our bones, most important being calcium phosphate. Calcium is necessary for many of our metabolic processes, and this idea of calcium is constantly being added and removed from our bones in order to fulfill these metabolic processes, and our body uses a negative feedback loop to make this happen. Some lesser amounts of other inorganic ions such as sodium, potassium, magnesium, and carbonate are also found in our bones. Also, we have fat, which is stored in our yellow bone marrow. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the following slides. Blood cell formation, which is also hematopoiesis, occurs mainly in the red bone marrow. It is in most of the bone cavities of infants, but as we get to adults, it becomes limited to the spongy bone within our skulls, ribs, sternum, clavicles, vertebrae, and pelvis. As you can see from the illustration over here, you can see the areas of highest concentration of red bone marrow. Yellow bone marrow versus red marrow. The marrow is a soft net-like mass of connective tissue. The yellow marrow is there to store fat, while the red marrow is there for formation of blood cells. Yellow marrow is not active in blood production. The red for the red marrow is due to the hemoglobin, which is found in our red blood cells. Now, if it's needed or not needed, the yellow marrow can become red marrow to produce more blood for us in times of need. If we end up in a surplus, the red marrow can become yellow to help in storage of fat. So the marrow is constantly changing depending on, again, that homeostasis that our body tries to stay in, trying to keep things at the norm. That is the end of the slideshow for this section. Hopefully, you will be able to answer the following questions that are given to you, and I will see you next time on the next video.